7 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and we've got two great properties we want to share with you today. Both of them are in the east side of 75. One is going to be close to SMU. The other one's going to be down there towards Bryan Place near Baylor. You want to stay tuned because they're really interesting homes or townhomes and condos that we wanted you to see.
And in our second segment today, we're going to talk about some neighborhoods in the Northwest Dallas area that are really great neighborhoods and just kind of some of the details about what they offer.
But before we get into that, get to know us. And so I just had a birthday, and thank you, and went down to Mexico.
You know what? I want to say Megan Jones did. Oh, by the way, today is Megan Jones' birthday, so happy birthday.
She's a fellow Aquarian.
She is, and she did a fantastic job last week.
Absolutely.
I'm so glad you're back, though.
Well, thank you. Glad to be back. You guys did a great job. We'll watch the show. Excellent job, Megan. You did a great job. I love that second segment. I think you did a great job. If you missed it, find out why women are buying faster than men. I thought that was a lot of interesting facts. But I did get to go to Oaxaca, Mexico, and it was really great. It is the perfect Mexico speed for me. It is the home of the mole, which I didn't know, but there are 7 different flavors of mole. Lots of textiles. Black pottery is also a home there. And then if you like mezcal, you're going to love Matitlan, which is about 40 minutes away. Amazing different distilleries out there. Fields of agave. It's beautiful. Great time.
Wow, that does sound fun.
It was good.
I stayed here and worked.
Hush. Excellent. Oh, but you're headed to Deer Valley, my
That's
friend.
true. I'm going to be gone from March 1st through 6th. So.
And I will have my own special guests.
That's right.
Hopefully.
Yes, you will. You will. So, I also wanted to say happy birthday to my friend Morgan Heim. We went to her birthday party on Saturday night, and it was so much fun. It was a meme birthday party. I don't know if you...
Never.
It was the first time we did it, but you had to dress up as a meme character. And so,
do we have a picture of you?
I don't know. We don't.
Jeff, you failed on.
I
failed to. I should have brought pictures.
Yeah, because I wasn't going to do it. But there were some real creative costumes.
What was your picture? What were you as?
I went as.
Do you want me to tell everybody?
Yeah.
Marge. Huh? Wasn't it Marge?
No.
Dorothy.
No, Dorothy. Dorothy from Golden Girls.
There it is.
It was the.
I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
I will say that Adrian got the picture of all of y'all. I got Adrian immediately. The salt guy that does this.
Salt Bay.
Like this.
Salt Bay.
Salts. That's funny. I thought that was really good.
It was funny. We had Kermit the Frog who was sipping tea. It was just hysterical. We've some really creative people.
You do have some good creative friends. I was like, that's pretty interesting. So, well, good.
So,
Market Watch. Let's jump into that because... You know, when I left, everything was down 20%.
The world fell apart when you were gone.
I know.
And now it's back.
Yeah, it's flush. Flush to what? Okay, so new listings. It looks like we're coming in 26% above last week, which is about even. That's going to be at 1248 back on the market. So that's also up. So that meant that something happened with the transaction. And typically, you know what? I didn't do these right.
I was just looking at this like...
I did get the percentages right. But
You did.
Everything else right.
Everything is up. Just trust us.
It is up, but golly, I have to tell you this much. We need inventory.
Yes, we do.
It is a logjam right now, and I feel like you and I were talking about how does this get shifted, and I think, one of the big components is we're missing that ability for people to buy new construction, and because that supply chain is broken and because their costs are so wiggity whack right now that there isn't an influx. They don't want to get way ahead of the market in case an inflationary issue breaks out. And I think that 8 and 9 really taught them a lesson. And so we're seeing just a slow tick. Good news is all of the clients that we've put in new construction, we got them in early in the market last year, and they're all seeing massive appreciation even before closing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And, if you've bought a home in the last 5 to 7 years, your financial net worth is looking really, really pretty right now.
It is. And the big question is, if I sell it, where do I go?
Yes.
So maybe we'll have that as a second segment. With that being said, let's jump into the first house, which is going to be 3025 Bryan St Avenue, and this is Unit 3C.
So this week we picked properties that were lower in price point.
Correct.
Because a lot of times we do get up into the million-ish dollar stuff, but we handle every price point from, $200,000 to whatever, 2 million. So, but these are both very affordable homes.
Right.
They're in complexes where they have a good turnover. The locations on these are just amazing. The Bryan Street is right down from Exall Park that we talked about last week. It also is, I'm sorry, I wasn't quite ready.
That's all right. So one of the things that I love is it's a newer restaurant, and it's just on the other side of the downtown area, and it's National Anthem. And National Anthem is owned by the group that owns Neighborhood Services. And it's a great building, really unique building. They have a 3-story building here that eventually will have a steakhouse second floor and a bar on the third. Really kind of a great concept. If you're looking for Americana food, this is a really great place, even though they do have fish and chips, which is excellent.
It was. This is where Adrian and I went for our anniversary dinner.
Oh, that's right.
It was, the food was great. The service was great. It wasn't super busy that night, but he had oysters. I had, what did I have? The pommes frites, I think, but we had an appetizer also that was really, really good.
And they also have Japanese vodka on tap at 32 degrees, which makes really great martinis.
I'm so glad we didn't know that night.
Your bartender should have pointed that out, because I thought that was fairly substantial.
Also, one of the other great places nearby is called The Factory in Deep Ellum. And this is just a very interesting venue space.
El King.
El King is,
That is coming. That's this weekend.
that would be a great venue to see her in too.
would be.
I've seen her at the House of Blues before, and
Yep.
it was,
So it's a great place. Lots of big bands go there. I've seen the Churches there. I've seen Sturgill Simpson there. Great space, easy in and out. It's more on the backside of Deep Ellum, which makes it a little less trafficked, which is really great. An easy place to get in and out with Ubers.
yep, formerly known as the Bomb Factory.
Yep, they changed that
Yeah.
after some issues. And then also, if you're in this area, one of the great places, and it is a staple of Dallas, is Serious Pizza. Have you ever had Serious Pizza, Jeff?
I don't think I have.
So Serious Pizza is serious because they're enormous pizzas. So if you're looking for kind of like that, have that pizza party or have that event and have something that is a standout, I would definitely order from these guys. Plan ahead. They do get busy for sure.
One of the other things that's nearby is the Dallas Farmers Market. And if you have not experienced the Farmers Market within the last couple of years, you really need to take the time to go do that. They have really transitioned this from being that open air market that it was for many, many years to a little bit more of a hybrid, where you do still have the open air market, but you've also got the market, which is the enclosed building, and it's almost like a food hall.
Yep.
I would equate it to a European food hall, because they've got very small slot restaurants in there where communal eating more in the center, but you go up and order from the place that you want. Maybe whoever you're there with gets to go order from a different one, but we've had the Indian food from here, and it was out of this world good.
And if you've heard us on the show talk about homes in the Bishop Art District, they have opened 8 closed, expanded, and have opened Amy's down there, which is an Indian French food, which is amazing as well.
Interesting.
So this is a really great, it is a smaller building. I believe it's 4 stories tall. Parking is going to be on the first floor, which is gated and assigned, which is always an important thing. One of the things that when we pulled up, I really liked about this is there's plenty of parking out and about and around, which is in a density area is one of the things that so many times we need. When you come in this front door, one of the great things is it is an open floor plan. So here they have it set up traditionally where you have couch facing TV and you also have a small table. But the versatility of this room is great because of the size.
And the view, this was originally the developer's unit. And so they picked the prime position, they picked the prime direction for viewing. This has such spectacular views of downtown. It's really incredible.
Yep, and they're available, and those views also carry over into the master bedroom. One of the things that we like to point out is that in some of these condos, they do stackable, smaller sized apartment washer and dryer. This is a really great one for the simple fact that it has full size, which is so important. You do also have a small pantry that is right there. a built-in microwave, which is so important in these spaces when you're really trying to cram a lot into a smaller amount of space.
It really is. And the granite countertop finish out is done very well, undermount sinks. This has the chrome fixtures in it, which kind of made a comeback in that period. The little powder room right off of the front entry is a great addition. I always think it makes sense to have those in one-bedroom units, because that way you're not having somebody that has to go into your master bathroom.
100% on that. And the other thing too is, and you're going to see in this next image, is that this is a corner unit. And so this gives you light from two different directions. You do have the views of the downtown, but one of the things that so many buyers in the market say when they come into a condo is that it doesn't have enough light. And I think that both Jeff and I felt like immediately walking in, even with the lights off, that this was a very light and bright unit.
It really was. Full-size washer and dryer connections, great room there, that great utility room, good storage, lots of room to continue your storage up, and look at the downtown view you get.
Yeah, it is a great space. The other thing too that I like is that it's more offset from actually any of the highways, because I think Live Oak is a little closer, and you do get a lot of that highway rattle. This is far enough back that it actually does not catch any of that. So if you are a night worker at the hospital, this is great for you.
It is, in walking distance to Baylor. Exall Park, as I mentioned earlier, is just a few steps away from there. This is one of the really oldest parks in Dallas that was started in 1914.
So this is 3025 Bryan Street, 1 bedroom, 1.5 bath, 1 assigned car space, built in 2006, just over 900 square feet, which is $240,000. We'd also like to say thank you so much to Sam Bullard and John Jones for allowing us to feature this home. It is amazing.
It really is.
So what we're going to do is actually put a link in the comments on Facebook. You'll be able to click on that link and look at some of the others pictures. You'll also be able to expand the map, so you kind of get an idea of where the Bomb Factory or where Serious Pizza are, and then decide if you would like to take a look at it. If you like this area and there's other houses, let us know, and we'd be happy to make that happen as well. What's the next one?
Our next home today is another really great small community condominium at 5609 SMU Boulevard. And this is unit number 407. This is on the section of SMU Boulevard that goes between Central Expressway and Greenville Avenue. Really a fantastic location. If you have any connection whatsoever to SMU and you need a place to live, this is definitely a unit and a building that is worth considering. This was a building that was existing, but then the renovation on it was done in 2008. They really did an incredible job. Location-wise, you're, again, walking distance to SMU and a lot of stuff right there around it.
So Mockingbird Station is just down from here. And Mockingbird Station is a great place, whether it's the comedy club, whether you're going to go to the theater and watch a movie here. You can catch the rail in and out of the station just on the other side. It is a great place. They're constantly evolving what's in there, so I don't ever feel like it's stagnant. West Village is one of the anchor stores that's over there. The Gap also used to be an anchor store, but some great areas over here. One of my favorites that just came up, and it is walking distance to this, is Oishi. So typically, Oishi was always off of Wycliffe. Now we've got an Oishi on this side of town. It is a great building. Get there early. Parking is a little bit tight. If you need a list of the top 9 to 10 rolls, I am happy to provide that to you. I know them all. I eat them all the time. I feel like it's almost time for sushi in my life anyway.
One of the other places that is really great to go just within walking distance is called Milo Butterfingers. And if you've lived in Dallas for the last 30 or 40 years, you're probably familiar with this. You probably went here with a fake ID, and maybe we're able to get in. I understand they're very strict about it, but you know, this was that kind of place 20 something years ago, and it's really just a great little, I don't know, sports bar, I guess. Cold beer, drinks, foosball, darts, pool, everything that you could possibly want. If that's what you're into. I've been here a couple of times for birthday parties.
So I have an experience that I'll not discuss here with Matt Duncan and a bunch of his friends from SMU back in the day. Quite interesting, fun time. I'm sure everyone has a Milo Butterfinger story if you lived in Dallas for any amount of time.
You're probably right about that. Outdoor location around here, we have Glencoe Park, which is really a great park. This is right there at the corner of Martell and Central Expressway. Glencoe Park, it was one of kind of your go-to places during the very beginning of the pandemic.
During the pandemic, a bunch of us would grab our lawn chairs and hang out there, socially distanced, because nobody quite knew how this all worked out. One of the things that I thought was really interesting is the track that goes all the way around. Lots and lots of walkers on that track. There is enough outdoor space that or a little playground area that you can put together a pretty good workout. The fields, a lot of times fields in Dallas, they put berms in them and whatnot. This is a very flat field. And so you see like a lot of guys come in and throw the football, run routes. There's a
baseball fields, softball fields. I've got a point of interest on this.
Go for it.
It's where I met Bill Burke.
Seriously?
Yep. He and I met there. We were both signed up for softball, and that was where I first met Bill Burke, one of my best friends.
It is an interesting park. And you can see here how they've shaded that. That actually is enough space for them probably to run a entire flag football or a soccer game right there. So tennis courts as well. But again, you can see the highlighted track. Overall, I'm really impressed with this. I feel like this park is the right size for this neighborhood, and I feel like it has enough diversity that a lot of people get there, and so it turns into like a melting pot for sure.
So the condominium, this community is such a great, it has really such a great entrance. This is where you come in. There's no, it is a gated controlled entrance. It is ADA compatible getting into the building there. You come up to the second floor and you've got this incredible outdoor space.
Yep. And this is a really good, because I feel like this is a complex where a lot of people are going to congregate and you are going to make friends in this building. And so this is a really great area for it. Also off of this is this small fitness area. And I also believe that there is another space that is an interior common area, which I'm going to assume gets used quite a bit when it comes to game day and award season. So overall, this is a community that I feel like really rallies together and makes friends.
And this is another open floor plan, two bedroom, 2 bath, open floor plan, has quartz countertops, undermount sink, stainless steel appliance package, really great storage in this. You've got the western facing doors with a Juliet balcony there, and you are right off of the Dart rail line, but two trains went by while we were there the other day and you just barely heard it.
And the way they have this stage, they're actually showing that it did have room for a table, but I have to think that in this space, if you didn't need that, if this is a work from home scenario and you needed both bedrooms, this living room gives you enough space that you could create a small desk area. I did like the fact that you do have the Juliet doors that step out and give you that fresh air. And sometimes we just need a little extra space. Rolling around into the master, this is off of the living room. You can tell here that it's a really good size. And I believe the master is a 12 by 11, which gives you great space. One of the things that I really appreciate is closet storage, both in the masters, you can see here as a walk-in, but also in the guest, which is really great. Walk-in tub and shower combo, which is done in the 4x4 or as a 6x6 tail laid on the brick pattern in a horizontal pattern, which is really interesting as well.
It really is. And generous bedroom sizes, generous closet sizes. Oh, excuse me. You really just have a lot of living space in this one.
Yep. So this is 5609 SMU Boulevard, Unit 407, 2-bed, 2-bath, 1-car garage assigned, built in 08, and it is just over 1,000 square feet, priced at $320,000, which is $312 a foot. And we want to say thank you so much to Denise Larmeu for allowing us to feature your home. It is amazing.
And one last little point of interest. This is the location of Carroll Shelby's East Dallas garage prior to becoming the Shelby condominium.
Interesting.
And that was when, as you saw some of the pictures in there, you saw the hoods from some of the Shelby race cars.
Yep, painted in all different bright colors. So again, as we said, in the links or in the comments, you'll be able to find a link. Click on that if you want more information about this home or others in the area. We'll be happy to make that happen.
We will, and with that, we'll be right back. There are lots of ways to keep up with us. Visit and like our Facebook page to watch us live and get updates about future show topics. Also, visit our Instagram account where you can see the latest homes we have for sale. You can also check out our website at updikepugh.com where you can create customized searches of active and sold homes that you may find of interest. If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, visit homeprice.fyi and you can get a price instantly. Just enter your address and a couple of other pieces of information and we will email you a price. If you are on the go and podcasts are better for you, our second segments are available on iTunes and Spotify. Last of all, you can reach out to us by phone or text at 214-377-2223. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to second segment, episode 167 of Sold with Updike Pugh. And today we're going to talk about some of the really cool neighborhoods in the Northwest Dallas area.
Because this is a great area. There is, and we're going to break this down into a smaller subsection instead of really going really big. Because I think when you and I first started fleshing out the idea for the second segment, I was trying to go really wide and catch everything from the toll road to 35, and you're like, hey, we need to bring that in a hair because it's just too challenging. So this is a great way for us to kind of highlight, and there are a few more, but 4 of the neighborhoods in this area.
Yeah, there are a lot of really incredible little bitty neighborhoods here. This is a neighborhood, or really all of this Northwest Dallas is an area that we've sold probably, I'm going to stretch and say, 1,000+ homes in these neighborhoods.
Yep.
And it's because once people move into the neighborhood, a lot of times they don't want to move. No. They'll sell the home that they're in, but they'll buy 2, 3, 4 blocks away.
Yep. And so to make this easier so that you can see what we're talking about, we've made little clips and maps to show you exactly what the defined area is.
So this is the area we're talking about is really bounded by I-35 on the west, 635 on the north, Midway Road on the east, and then Northwest Highway on the south. Much of what you see there on the left side of the map inside the red circle is going to be commercial property up and down Denton Drive, Harry Hines. There's a lot of import-export business over there, but really once you get over to about Dennis Road and move to the east, that's really where more residential comes in.
Yeah, and it is an easy way to get in and out of this area. Whatever highway you need, you have really great access to it. Large east and west provider highways, Forest, Royal, and Walnut Hill make this really easy to get in and out of.
And those are 2 of those streets that go from one end of the city to the other, which are really great through streets. When you hear that 635 is backed up, jump on Royal Lane and you can go all the way. Royal turns into Miller as you go into Garland.
Jeff knows his streets very, very well.
Pardon me. Chapel Downs is one of the neighborhoods that we really like in here. Chapel Downs is a very well-defined neighborhood, and that neighborhood, well, it doesn't have the neighborhood association like the mandatory association or the pool or anything like that. It's still just a great little neighborhood.
And I think we may be just a hair out of sync because the images are not syncing up with what I may have put. So that was actually Sparkman Northwest.
I wondered, that didn't look right to me, and I'm sorry.
Nope.
So anyway, so let's talk about the Sparkman Club first.
There you go.
That was the image that's up there. If you could pull that one back up, that would thank you, Ben. So Sparkman Club is really everything that's between Marsh and Webb Chapel, south of Royal Lane. And this is a neighborhood that is super well defined because you've got the Sparkman Club neighborhood association there, totally voluntary neighborhood association. But the benefit of it is there is an outdoor center that has tennis courts, that has a pool, that has indoor meeting space, and you get a family membership with that for about $600 a year.
And we've got another slide that'll be a little bit tighter, black and white, that'll show you where this all lines up. And this is actually one of the neighborhoods that feeds into DeGoyer Elementary. And DeGoyer Elementary in that Northwest Dallas area is very sought after.
Yeah, and this is the slide from the Sparkman Club website that shows the kind of the pure boundary of it. And you see the black box there that shows you where that is in relation to the entire neighborhood.
And so now we'll kind of switch gears and go look at the Chapel Downs boundaries. And we'll go ahead and take that second slide. That's the one that's much more zoomed in to kind of help everybody out. And this is going to be Walnut Hill on the south. And on the north, it looks like it's going to be Marsh. And then you can see here Webb Chapel rounds off the east side. And then you're going to have, what's that on the far?
It's
the west. I can't even see that. Okay. So you can see
Goodyear. I'm sorry.
Which one?
Goodyear.
Goodyear. All right. Very good. You can see it's got a little bit of a creek area through that. Again, this is a really defined area. It does, I believe, also have the historic markers that are on the little areas of this street.
And North Haven Trail runs right through the neighborhood as well.
There you go. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the Disney Streets. Disney Streets is really interesting because this is one of those neighborhoods where they actually named Sleepy, Princess. What's another one that they have?
Snow White.
Pinocchio is another one because we've sold several on that street as well. One of the unique things about this little area, which is just, as you can see, north of Royal, south of North Haven, Midway, and then all the way over. I don't know why that clipped off. But anyway, these lots are a little bit larger over here. And plus, there is a higher number of large mid-century modern homes in this area. So if mid-century modern is something that you are into, this is one of those neighborhoods that you really need to have on your list. We can create that portal that allow you to actually see when homes come on and off. But it's so important also to watch the sold values on these because that is a really hot little number up there.
And this is another neighborhood that the North Haven Trail runs right across the northern boundary of it.
It is a you love that, and you and Adrian and a bunch of the guys ride that in the summer, on the weekends, and during the week. So one of the reasons why we wanted to talk about this area is because we feel like this area has a very diverse pool of both buyers and sellers, which makes it so unique because it allows all different price points and stages of life, I guess is the way to look at it, that would want to live in here. And so one of the first things we notice is that some of the lots in this area are still pretty big. So you can get, like 0.34 to 0.5 up to an acre over here. And then if you wanted to make a brand new construction, which happens a lot, it's a tear down. And so you're probably in the neighborhood of $6 to $1 million for a tear down over there, wouldn't you think?
Yes, I would agree.
So, and then some of the other elements that are interesting over there is that remodels take up a good portion of the dynamic of what's buying and selling over there.
It does. Many of the people I think over there have either bought older homes and added on to them. You've done the full renovation. There are many owners that have just stayed in that neighborhood because they like the neighborhood so well. They will do the big remodel and make that, their existing home the way that they know that they need for their family to live for the next 15 years.
And one of the things that we're seeing in these remodels is that because there's such a high number of single family ranches, that they really work for a lot of today's lifestyles, because there are a lot of them that are 5 bedrooms and they'll throw that 5th bedroom behind the kitchen, and it's kind of like the mother-in-law suite. And so it's really great if you need a second living area, or if you actually do need the house to have multi-generational, or you've got maybe someone that's come back from college and needs crash pad for a year or so till they get their feet under them.
Yeah.
So it has a lot that plays into it.
And the one of the really great things about this neighborhood is the proximity to everything. I'm so sorry, y'all. I don't know what.
So there's a lot of new construction that comes in here as well, just because, as we were talking, a lot of developers love this neighborhood as well. The lots can range like 100 wide, maybe even 100, 200 deep. So it really does give you the ability to live inside of Dallas, but yet have brand new construction. And one of the perfect examples of this is Lively. There are times we've been on Lively, and you can look both directions, and it feels like you're in a brand new neighborhood because there are so many homes over there.
Yeah, there are. We have several friends that live up there, and they love living in the neighborhood because you've got such great access to places like Love Field, or you've got direct access if you're wanting to go either into the Uptown area or going to Oak Lawn or wanting to go downtown. It's super easy to get down there.
Absolutely. And as Jeff was saying, it's got the great proximity to both Love and DFW. Probably, I would say 10 minutes, 20, 25 minutes to the other.
Yeah.
Pretty easy.
Yeah.
And then the other thing too is there's lots and lots of private schools in this area, if that is something that is for you. Some of Dallas's best and long-standing schools still are here in this area. And best for me is that I love having 2 central markets.
Yes.
There's 2 of those.
That is a very, very good feature to have there.
And last but not least, you can be my neighbor because I live in this area and love it very much. So if you want a more endorsement for it, give me a holler. I'll let you know.
And we have homes that are coming on the market in that neighborhood all the time. So if you do have an interest in living there, certainly reach out to us. We can tell you what inventory we know is coming up. We just happy to help.
Absolutely.
So thanks for joining us today. We hope you join us again next week at the same time. And just remember,
We want to be a realtors for life.